Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Sports Geek. My name is Errol Abadir. Just trying to hold on the fort here tonight. I had a couple technical difficulties over the weekend trying to make some videos. The speed was off. The talking points were off. It sounded like I was a chipmunk at one point and then back to a deep voice at another point. So I don't know what was going on. So I actually deleted that video. I was trying to talk about the Braves and the Yankees over the weekend, but nothing was working right. So I apologize for missing those reviews. However, the Yankees did make a trade. They did trade for J.D. Davis from the Oakland Athletics. And Oakland, I believe, got, who was it? Jordan Groshans. He's a minor league infielder. Do I think that's the answer for us right now? No. From what I hear, the Yankees plan on platooning him with Ben Rice, which doesn't make any sense to me. You just called up Ben Rice, and kid's been doing good. I think he's hitting 294. Let me see here. He's hitting 294. Yeah. So, I mean, small sample size. It's was it 6 at bats? I mean, it's not a large sample size, but I mean, you gotta let the kid play. If you brought him, if you bring up a rookie, you have to give them playing time. That's just how I see it. Just my opinion. Could be wrong, but I hear J.D. Davis was brought on to platoon with him, and we're going to see how that goes. As for other news in the Yankees, they also DFA'd Victor Gonzalez, so he's gone. Ron Marinaccio sent back down to AAA. A lot of things going on. Like I said, a lot of exciting times here. They're going to be doing some. I feel they're going to be active at the trade deadline. So, not just them, but other teams as well. I'm hoping a lot of teams are not active, but a lot of things that I'm thinking that could help the Yankees right now would be possibly. I don't want to see another third baseman because when Birdie gets back, I mean, that was a good trade with the Marlins, right? I mean, the guy hit like 291 or 294 last year. He's got some speed. He's got good defense. He can play multiple positions on the, between second and third. So it's just unfortunate he's injured right now because he could be our third baseman and he could be getting the at-bats that he needed that he didn't get when he first got here. Remember that Oswaldo Cabrera, when the Yankees made a trade for John Berti, Oswaldo Cabrera wasn't doing well. I mean, you saw a little bit of glimpse of him coming out, at the end of spring training, but you weren't quite sure he was going to be Oswaldo. So, at that point, Berti got on the plane, got to the Yankees. They were playing Houston opener. Why put him in the game when, he just got off the plane? So Oswaldo was playing, did great at Houston. And Oswaldo was the third baseman ever since. Oswaldo was doing well. So what do? You can't really play Berti if Oswaldo's hot. And then Oswaldo's kind of tapered back a little bit right now. He does well every now and then. Do I think he's the ultimate solution for third base? I do not. There's nothing against Oswaldo Cabrera. He's a good guy, good player. He's more of a platoon person. Give somebody a break, give somebody a rest, in my opinion. So unfortunately, John Berti isn't well. He's still on the injured list, so we can't use him. Now, I'm thinking the Yankees are just going to live and die with Gleyber. There's a big problem here with Gleyber. I really don't know what to say about Gleyber. Gleyber is he's like a unicorn, man. But in a bad way. Gleyber's in a contract year, and you would think he'd want to perform well right now or try to perform well and get that bag. But I think he gets in his own head sometimes, and that can cause some problems. So no matter what's been going on with Gleyber right now, I don't see any room for improvement or change because he's doing the same thing that he did at the start of the season. He's got a different, approach at the plate where he's got this high leg kick. And he's also, I think he's got the highest degree of launch angle in all of baseball right now. Was it like 30%? Where's the stat I was reading earlier? I don't want to take too long. I don't have much time. Anyway, there was a stat I was reading today where he had like a 30% launch angle or something like that, where it was the highest in Major League Baseball. And which is what's resulting in his pop-ups. He's got way more pop-ups this year than he's ever had in his career. But I'm not sure if that's resulting, if the launch angle is also a result from the high leg kick. Right? And if that's the case, and I don't know if they're working on it with him to correct it, but if that's the case, why not change the approach? Why not lower? Like maybe he doesn't need a leg kick. Maybe he needs to swing level. Like look at Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres, at that point last year, he was trying to hit for power. He was trying to play with the big boys, and there's nothing wrong with that. He had to find out who he is. And this year, like Judge told him, "Hey, kitty." Cat's here. My co-host is here. You're late. You see a tail in the background? That's her. Hey, Perry, what's going on? So anyway, with that happening, Gleyber over the winter worked on leveling his swing, a more level approach, hitting for line drives, hitting more for average, and every now and then he'll run into one for a home run. Did I say Gleyber? I meant Volpe, Anthony Volpe. What am I talking about? Volpe has a more level swing, so I was saying Gleyber should try that approach as well. But Volpe worked in the offseason to kind of level that swing out, and what it's done is it's given him a higher batting average compared to last year. I'd rather have Volpe hit 270 and 15 or 10 to 15 home runs compared to 202, which is what he hit last year, and 20 home runs or 21 home runs. Like it just doesn't work for me. I'll take a higher average guy than more pop, especially the fact that he's a leadoff hitter now. So I'm not sure what the Yankees are going to do with Giancarlo going to the IL. He's on the 10-day IL. He's going to be out for about a month. That's bad news. That's bad news. We're losing that production. And what you probably couldn't tell in my last video is that with Giancarlo, let's go to Baseball Savant here. Giancarlo. Let me share my screen. All right. Screen. Biggity bam. Share. All right. I'm not sure you guys can see this, but hopefully that makes it better. But there's a lot of red here, which is good for Baseball Savant. Very good. We're losing this production. So usually when someone would go down in our lineups, other players would step up. Whether it was Rizzo, Gleyber would be one of them. Well, Rizzo's injured and he's not having a good year, and Gleyber's not having a good year. So the Yankees lineup depth after 1 through 3 is pretty bad. And when I mean 1 through 3, I mean Volpe, Soto, and Judge. It's top heavy. So I don't think bringing JD Davis in here is going to solve the problem. Ben Rice, I would let him play. Give this kid a month, let him play and see what you got. Maybe that's your answer first base. Listen, if Ben Rice can come up here and put up 270 and hit 10, 15 home runs for the remainder of the year, dude, take it. That's good production. That's something you don't have right now. And put up like a 780, 790, even 810 OPS. Let's go for it all day long. I would like to see them here's what I would love the Yankees to do. And I took the approach this weekend not to, as I said in my other video, that's all discombobulated with speed and like, I don't know what happened with that. Anyway, what I'd like to see them do is to trade for a starting pitcher, a top of the line starting pitcher. And here's some of my suggestions. I'm talking Garrett Crochet. Let me see here. Jack Flaherty. There's some injury concerns there with Flaherty. Tariq Skubal. If Detroit is starting to do worse, Kitty, stop. Um, there's a couple more that I'd like to see them get, but those are my top three right now because one's a lefty, one's a righty. And what I would do if I got if they were to get a top of the line starter, is you can now, rather than trading, well, I'd still trade for what would bullpen arm, and that bullpen arm would be a hard throwing lefty like Tanner Scott or someone else, maybe from the Angels. There's a couple guys on the Angels that they can get. But if you trade for, say, a Tanner Scott, that solves your lefty bullpen issue, right? So, flamethrower can miss bats. But now, if you trade for a top-of-the-line starter to go Cole, Groche, or Cole, Flaherty, Rodon, or Stroman, or Cortez, however which way we want to go after Cole and that new pitcher, you could move Clark Schmidt to the bullpen. And Clark Schmidt can be dangerous in the bullpen. You saw what he did last year. The heater is going to be at least 97, 98. You can miss bats. He's got a wicked cutter. And he's a sinker ball pitcher. So he keeps it on the ground. The other person that can go in the bullpen is Luis Gil. Luis Gil is starting to get tired. You don't want to overwork him right now. You really don't. You don't want to possibly injure that arm. Put him in the bullpen and let Matt Blake work on him with control. Let's get him to be a control pitcher. So you got two hard-thrown righties, and last but not least, you could put Nestor in there as another lefty. Nestor's injury prone. He's done great for us so far. I say he's probably the third best pitcher on the team. His record, he doesn't deserve his record because the Yankees don't give him any run support. If you look at Nestor's games, yes, he's bad on the road sometimes, but the dude keeps us in the game. Except for one or two hiccups he's had, he's kept us in the game with 3 or 4 runs. That's it. If we can't beat teams with him giving up that, then we have a problem offensively. Damn it. Stop it. Sorry, guys. This cat is scratching up my chair, and this chair costs a lot of money. These gaming chairs are no joke. Anyway, so what I would like to do is, that's my suggestion for the Yankees. Not that they're listening to me or anyone else for that fact, but I would say get a top-of-the-line starter, address second base instead, and possibly a minimal pickup or an average pickup third base. They don't need a major piece. They don't need a big piece. They don't need something off the wall. They need little minor pieces that can help them on the bigger scale. And what I mean by this is, once again, I'll reference my video over the weekend that got messed up. I was talking about the variables when it comes to baseball and how 1 + 1 is 2, 2 × 2 is 4. The math is correct when it comes to statistics and data analysis, right? It's there. It's all there, and it's all real, and it's all true. The problem that we have that frustrates fans is that when we look at our team, like the Yankees, and we say they're a good team, we might not be able to understand, well, why are they losing to, teams that are kind of inferior? And it's no disrespect to other teams. But if you take, like, say, Oakland, for example, or the Marlins or the White Sox or things like that, those teams win. They have to win some games, but then they come into Yankee Stadium and the Marlins beat them. The math doesn't add up. Like how does that happen? Well, what I thought about over the weekend was, I think what we miss as fans, the one variable that we never probably look at is, yes, the games have to be played on paper, but there are human beings playing the game. Meaning, you yourself know, and the Yankees are going through right now, they're going through a horrible stretch right now. They lost to the Dodgers. They lost to Boston. They lost to the Orioles, and they lost to the Braves. That's 4 losing series. That's rough. Most Yankee fans would panic. I look at it more as, hey, this isn't September. This isn't August. This is happening now, and let it happen now for a reason. Good. Now the front office can address these issues because it's rearing its ugly head. It's saying, wow, Look at what's going on. We do have some things to fix here. And I'm hoping that they do address the issues. They don't have to do major things, but minor things. And minor things where even if you had to do something major and take on some salary, you're going to do it to where the person you're trying to trade for, maybe, they're free agents at the end of this year. Maybe you shouldn't be going after people that have a couple years of control, unless the contracts are friendly. And in doing so, if the contracts are friendly, then that's a problem. That's a huge problem, because now the ask is going to be a lot. The ask from other teams, if we're giving you this guy here, right? If we're giving you this guy here, then we want, Spencer Jones, we want Roderick Arias, we want some players. And then us as fans have to live with those trades or those transactions, right? But going back to my point, I myself might have a bad day. I might have a bad week. I might have a bad year. So when a team goes through a stint like this of something bad, we should be able to relate as fans, as just people, that these things are going to happen. But the bigger question is, what are the Yankees going to do to fix it? And my hope is that they will do the correct thing and be aggressive at the trade deadline and make some moves to correct these issues, whether it's getting a third baseman, second baseman, first baseman, whatever it is, pitching, bullpen depth, whatever it is. I wouldn't go too crazy in the bullpen depth. I would get one piece, because you got Scott Efros coming back. But once again, Luis Hill has to go to the bullpen. I'm telling you right now, if they run him out there and let this kid try and do 120, 140 innings, I'm telling you, wouldn't it be nice next year if we had Garrett Cole, another front end starter, Luis Hill back in his second season and going to improve just like Clark Schmidt did this year? Clark Schmidt, Carlos Rondon. We still have Nestor in fold, but he might have to get traded. There's no room for him unless he wants to go to the bullpen. And Marcus Stroman's still here for a year. That's some dude. I think teams would kill for a rotation like that. But to get those pieces back to the bullpen from like putting Clark and Luis Hill, maybe Nestor in the pen, we need to get one more frontline starter. And I don't think giving Corbin Burns all that money at the end of the year when you're trying to sign Juan Soto is the way out. But if you can sacrifice some pieces, even sacrifice Spencer Jones, we don't know what Spencer Jones is going to be. Spencer Jones has to prove that he's Spencer Jones. And if he is, who's to say we can't sign him 6? So if somebody else picks him up and he becomes great 6 years from now, if Spencer Jones say, listen, I'm not extending with anybody. I'm going to free agency. I'm getting my bag. He can be a Yankee if the Yankees want him. If I was a player, I would never sign an extension. I'll just do my arbitration year after year. Now the problem is most players might be like, hey man, I want that bag. Something could happen. I get it. But sometimes you got to bet on yourself. You got to bet on the fact that you're going to stay healthy. You're going to do the right thing. So I would simply, wait till my time's up, test free agency or whatever, and see what I can get. But that's me. But that's how the Yankees could reacquire Spencer Jones if they really wanted him back. Just saying. So games have to be played on paper, but games have to be played, although teams look great on paper. The math says everything, but these are human beings, emotions. We don't know if they got in a fight with their wife the night before, their girlfriend, or something's going on with their family and their head's not in the game. And then you get what you get. You get a loss from a team that shouldn't be losing to that team. Right? So that's my opinion on the trade going on. I don't think JD Davis is the answer. Sorry. Maybe right now they're going, well, God forbid, say LeMahieu goes down, who's playing first? Maybe that's why they did it, and then it's just Ben Rice. So then you don't have any backups. So maybe it's more of an abundant kind of trade to where we have another person that can cover some infield in case something happens. You can never have enough. But right now, all the Yankee infielders are injured. Yorbit Vivas that could play second really right now with with Glaber struggling. Yorbit could have been playing second. And Caleb Durbin, another prospect, injured. Right now is Giancarlo Stanton out. You're telling me this would be the perfect time for Jason Dominguez, who is tearing it up in AAA? The perfect time. And we're always saying, well, we're going to play him. We're going to play him. Everybody's going, we're going to play him. We're going to play him. What are we going to do? The dude's injured, man. And then finally somebody goes down on our team that he can play almost every day and get the reps and help the Yankees win and lengthen that lineup depth. And he's injured. It sucks. The Yankees have no one right. All the good players are injured. It's like the Yankees are freaking cursed, bro. It's like they're freaking cursed. They're like me. They're cursed. No matter how hard you try to do something right, something bad happens. That's the story of my life. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So I had a lot more to talk about. They play the Mets tomorrow. I'm hoping they win that series. If the Mets beat us, I'm just going to hold my head in shame. You know, no offense to you Met fans. I just, it's just, I don't know at this point. So anyway, Yankees make a trade for JD Davis. Victor Gonzalez, DFA'd, you know, Ben Rice is performing. Hopefully he'll continue. Hats off to Ben Rice, my man. Keep doing your thing. And hopefully some of these younger guys get back in time. Maybe they can make a difference. And maybe September call-ups. I don't know. But I wouldn't go too crazy in the bullpen. I get a bullpen arm that's a flamethrower. Get one of those. And I'd get a top-of-the-line starter because I'm telling you right now, when it comes to playoffs and World Series, when it comes to the 7-game playoffs and the 7-game World Series, you need 3 starters. That's all you need. So Cole, another person, and either Rodon, Stroman, maybe Hill's back. Maybe you put him back in the rotation. You know, if you put him in the bullpen now and conserve him, maybe you start ramping him back up towards the middle of September where he can pitch, 3 innings, 5 innings, then the next playoff game, put him in there again. And then when he's ready for those 7-game series, he can go 6, 7 innings because you ramped him back up. Who knows? There's your aces right there. 3 frontline aces that can throw gas, swing and miss stuff. And then you got Clark Schmidt in the bullpen, as I said before. Those gas coming out for a couple innings can probably help Clay Holmes close. Then we have another flamethrower from the left side, like a Tanner Scott or someone. Just saying, man, it could be nice. Nestor for long relief, 3-4 innings, especially at home where he's good. I mean, we can play the game. We can play the game, but we need bats, man. We need more offense, because right now our offense stinks. So with that said, my name is Errol Latibier, Sports Geek coming at you. If anything happens tomorrow, if there's any trades or if something happens after the game, I'll definitely come back on. If not, I'll probably see you guys Wednesday between either the morning or early afternoon. Okay. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Helps with the algorithm. And if you have your comments, drop them drop them below. Let me know what you think, and I'll respond to them. All right, guys. Have a good night. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.